everybody, this is Jen with Jen Finally Saves. This is my quarter two financial goals hop, my reflections, and I hope that you will find this enjoyable. I would like to thank Donna, Powered by Creativity, Budget with Mama Bear, Jeanette's Journey, and She Persisted Budgeting and Saving for allowing me to do this again this quarter. They are our hosts. This booklet that you see right here can be found at donnapoweredbycreativity.com in her shop. And so let's see, I'm going to take a look at the calendar here. I am today, yesterday was Stef's on a Budget. Tomorrow will be Save with Judy. And then next week will be Craft and Budget with On, Nikki at Dragonfly Saves, Valerie at Cash Budget Retiree, Bobby at Canadian Finance Journey, and Fiona at Frugality is Life. Again, you can find all of this information over on Donna's website. Here are the lists of channels that are participating this time. And here are the pages, Voices from the Hop, where you can write down the messages that were shared and the signals that you received. And let's see. I'm gonna skip that. I will do my quarter two money check-in. Okay. You guys, lifed for me. The last 4 months, I have been on the struggle bus, financially, mentally, and with my living situation. But the money wins that I am proud of, I have kept trying. Most of my money has gone to gas and food. One of the things that has unfortunately had to increase is eating out of necessity. The savings habit that I want to keep is the hop. I did not manage to save any money in quarter two. But that's okay, because I have still kept trying to save money, and I have used it as I've had to. And I had it to use. If there was one thing that I would make financial decision that I would make differently, I would go back 20, 30 years, and I would have saved then and invested and built up a portfolio. There are certain things that I have noticed over the last couple of years in my spending. I definitely am an emotional spender, but this time I have avoided all emotional spending, which for me is a win. So that is what happened in April, May, and June. I'll get to that. My brain dump. The wins that I need to remember are that I did not give up trying. But the biggest win of quarter two for me was that I took control of my mental health and well-being. I was not in a great living situation. I'm not now, but I was definitely not in a good one all the way up until the beginning of April. People that I thought were my friends turned out not to be, which is fine. You know, that happens to everybody. But these people were really working on destroying my mental and emotional health. And I stood up for myself, and I left. I still have my chihuahuas with me. I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for my freedom from the situation that I was in. I'm grateful for my son. I'm grateful for the friends that know what's been going on and have been there for me. I'm very grateful. Habits that I noticed, like I said, I have stopped emotional spending. It serves no purpose in my life anymore. So, and that was something that surprised me because I knew I was kind of an emotional spender. I didn't realize how much. And another thing that surprised me is that I am not as afraid of the living situation that I am in as I thought I would be. It's still, scary. It weighs on my mind. It keeps me awake somewhat at night. But, I will endure. I can endure. I am strong enough to endure whatever life throws my way. So what I need to release is fear, anger, negativity, and sadness. Am I always successful at that? No, I am not. Do I always give myself grace? No, I do not. But I am doing it more and more. So I want to keep going forward with positivity. I want to find my faith again, because when you're in a situation like this, finding faith is really, really hard, or keeping faith is really hard. But I've been keeping, and I'm still finding my faith. And I'm trying to build that relationship, not just with God, but I'm basically, my son and I were not living in the same home like we had always done before. So, he works and, I don't, and he had to move to nearby where he works, and it's okay, but I still want to maintain the closeness that I had with him. Quarter two taught me that protecting my mental health is so much more important to my survival than even my finances. Because believe it or not, up until I left in April, I was ready to check out. And it scared me. A couple of things that I have been finding myself gravitating towards is, like Donna says, give yourself grace. Jeanette, I think the best message that I have heard so far, and please, ladies, I'm not knocking anybody else, but Jeanette said that her word had been balance, and that right now that's not a word that she is really able to focus on. So the signal that I received is that it's okay to change your word if your word that you originally had chosen isn't working for you. And, figure out what word will work for you. Positivity had worked for me in the first quarter, but right now, endurance is what is working for me. Will things work out? Yes. Will it take time? Yes. And I'm going to make sure that happens, and I'm going to do it with intention. I intend to continue to try and save even if I have to end up using it for gas or food. You know, I have to endure what I'm going through. So, basically speaking, heading into quarter 3, what I want more of is time with my son. Being able to build savings and be able to keep it. What am I ready to leave behind? The negativity, the self-deprecation that I was feeling, the fear, and the overwhelming sadness that I was feeling. I'm leaving it behind. What am I going to focus on creating or growing? I want to finally figure out how to rebuild relationships. I want to be more creative. I lost my creativity for a long time. People that have known me in my past knew that I used to love to write. I used to love to crochet. I used to love to paint. All these things. I haven't done that in a very long time. I am going to release fear. I'm going to release negativity. I'm going to release doubt and anger and hopelessness. They serve no purpose. I will not quit on myself the way I was about to. And it's really hard to do this. It makes me feel naked, to be honest. What deserves more of my attention? My son and my dogs. Finding a better living situation, and my saving. What deserves less of my energy? Pain, negativity, stress. What excites me the most about the months ahead? Continuing to save, not giving up, and honestly, I'm on an adventure right now. So it can also be very exciting, even if the situation that I'm in right now isn't ideal. And hopefully by quarter 3, at the end of this quarter, because we're already into it since it's July, everything will be pretty much on track. I will have been able to save money. I will have been able to accomplish more of my goals, because honestly, I was not able to do that. But that's okay. That's okay. There was a reason, and I'm not going to fight it. So, I know a lot of this has been very vague, and I really do apologize. There is some shame in what I'm going through right now, but by the same token, I am at least taking care of me. So, don't forget, tomorrow is Save with Judy. Monday is Craft and Budget with On. And we'll see you in quarter 3. Bye.